I kind of want to bring it back to the truckers because I think we have to examine what did these truckers do? Why are they getting attacked? Why are they getting punished?
I can tell you. Actually, we have this story from Global News Canada. A few nights ago, we read the Toronto Sun that claimed the truckers were far right, racists, Nazis who stole food from the homeless. I kid you not. Check this one out. Ooh. Security experts concerned about possible threat financing tied to trucker convoy. What? They say Canadians ought to be worried about whether crowdfunding websites could be used to finance hate groups and other extremist organizations, financial crime and security experts warn. As the so-called Freedom Convoy enters its second week of protests in Ottawa, hard questions are being asked about a GoFundMe campaign set up by convoy organizers and whether any of the $10 million raised so far might have come from malevolent sources keen on wreaking havoc in Canada. Security experts also say they're worried about the lack of transparency surrounding the fundraiser and whether any of the donations could end up in the hands of hate groups or people who promote hateful ideologies, including people who attended the protests carrying Nazi flags and the flags of known terrorist groups. Oh, heavens.
Well,
they basically say,
Canada.
Wait, let me read this quote. The way that we're sort of talking about this now, this event, is sort of like an extremism event. So I would argue that this sort of a component of extremism financing, this is, said Jessica Davis, a financial crimes expert and president of Insight Threat Intelligence. Working class people standing up against tyrannical government are being called terrorists. Ian, you were saying about 9/11?
Jessica Davis is like, it's sort of like a sort of a thing, sort of. So no, it's not, you're saying, actually.
But this is such slander, such vicious destruction of the truth. There was, I think, one or two guys with some weird flags. They got kicked out of a rally when they were there by the protesters. These are blue-collar individuals realizing that the entire system collapses without their participation, and they're being vilified. They're getting attacked on things that they have never done, and it's just mind-boggling to see this huge full frontal assault with blue-collar people representing the will of the people. There's new poll numbers coming out from Canada specifically highlighting how the majority of people in Canada want to get rid of all restrictions. So far, as of today, Denmark, Finland, Norway, the Czech Republic, the United Kingdom dropped all of their COVID lockdowns and restrictions. Canada wants to do the same things. The people there want that same thing. The truckers there are trying to push those policies, and the government, instead of hearing out the people, meeting them halfway, seeing what they actually want, they're just calling them racists and attacking them on things that have absolutely no merit at all, which is disgusting. Absolutely disgusting behavior.
It's disturbing,
that has no merit in truth at all.
I knew they could do this weird slander thing, but I didn't know when I was like 25 or 30 how intense and relentless it could be, and how they just keep using the word terrorist, extremist. What are these other words they were using in the reasons for canceling this stuff? They use these buzzwords. Hate's another one. They use these words, hate groups, hate. So it's just pure fascist manipulation.
They're losing.
I know, but it's what do they do when they're losing? They go Super Saiyan. Yeah, you got to watch out that they don't.
You say Super Saiyan?
Yeah. Watch out that these crazy militaries don't go insane because they think they're losing.
They are losing.
They are losing.
The best strategic win that's come from this trucker convoy, and it's not really the protest. I think the strategic win for them is how the government's reacting to their protest. It's not what they're doing, because I'm a person that believes that things got to get a lot worse before they get better. And there hasn't been, and again, I haven't really been keeping up with this. I've heard, but to date, there hasn't been a clear way where the government, you could see the government's overreach than we're seeing with the Canadian trucker thing. We've seen this here, but when it comes to Canada, we're seeing like this manipulation of not only the media, the government, that city council that says that they're mercenaries. That's where the real win is. It's the exposure that the Canadian government is getting from it.
Yeah, I agree. It's the first time I've ever seen the Canadian government completely oblivious and ignorant of its populace.
That's usually government always, from my perspective, from the way I've been seeing them. But this is not a surprise here. But this also speaks to the true power that these truckers have and what kind of threat they are to the establishment, that they're pulling out all these stops, all these stealing people's money to I'm just flabbergasted.
So I was on Reddit earlier. I'm on Reddit all the time. I'm just browsing through it, and it's a leftist propaganda machine. Don't get me wrong.
Gosh.
And I saw this image.
Amazing.
This image. This is from George Alexopoulos. We have we have a bunch of his art up on the walls here in the studio because he's incredible. And he has this really, really great. He's been doing these satirical cartoons mocking the mainstream media, and this one shows a trucker convoy. But the trucks are wearing Klan hoods and with tiki torches or something. And there's a sign that says fascism, like fascism, but it's spelled wrong. And then it says like 106 miles. So he's clearly mocking how the media is going after the truckers. This was on Reddit on r/pics. And I thought it was hilarious because it was getting upvoted to the top of the page. Like people were actually, I think it's because they use bots to upvote leftist propaganda. But whoever put it in didn't realize he was making fun of them. And all the comments were like, this is the stupidest thing I've ever seen. I don't understand. They spelled fascism wrong. The truckers aren't fascists. All of the comments were like, this is a workers' uprising. These are regular people. And I was like, whoa.
Dude.
Why are the commenters like not part of the propaganda machine? Like they realized what was going on in the lies. I guess they removed the post. Maybe once they realized it was making fun of the mainstream media. But to see the comments on Reddit, understand this is a bunk idea and the truckers are good and they're hardworking people standing up for their rights, that was kind of surprising.
Absolutely. And when you see the larger kind of implications here, there's no demands by the truckers that have anything to do with any kind of larger political ideology. Instead, it's all about getting rid of the restrictions, the lockdowns, the vax mandates, and specifically the border restrictions, which would hinder and disrupt the global supply chain. Why is Canada implementing a vax passport system on the border, disrupting the global supply chain more than it already is disrupted? It's a situation that has absolutely no merit, no science behind it, no data. People realize it's bunk, it's idiotic. The UK government and many other governments are not following any of this bullcrap anymore. And the people are there saying, we're just sick of it. We're done with it. We want our lives to return to normal. That's what they're asking for. They're not left. They're not right. I haven't seen any major kind of larger political ideologies other than stop with this nonsense. Stop trying to control our lives. That's all I've seen.
Yeah, I saw one report. The truckers are saying they'll stay until May.
Yeah,
they'll just hang out and these people that are claiming they're like keeping them up at night. Apparently that's not true. I was listening to Viva Fry's live stream, and he went around talking to people, and they said they stopped blowing their horns around 10 p.m. Because the truckers realize they're not protesting people, and so he basically just said that they stop around 10, and then the assumption is the truckers don't want to piss off regular people, but they're putting out these lies to the best of their abilities, and then you look at these social media platforms. And they're actually arguing that working class people rising up against the machine are the fascists. Dude, it's not working anymore. CNN, the implosion, the narrative, the lies. It's kind of crazy because this is an election year. Last year was kind of chill because it really wasn't. There were some elections. And now in the first month, we get swatted twice, right? We're getting cyber attacks. And now you've got this populist uprising, and the establishment just goes nuclear and destroys instantly all their credibility. Like their credibility evaporated so quickly among regular people. I was surprised to see it.
So you're big on having law enforcement in studio, huh?
What do you mean?
With getting swatted.
Well, they came in the first time.
And now bringing me on.
What was that?
And now bringing me on.
Well, I think they swatted us because of Marjorie Taylor Greene, but I'm like, I don't care. Like we're gonna have her back.
She came on the show.
Yeah, and we're gonna have her on again.
That's great.
It was insightful.
Yeah,
I missed her.
Nice to listen to how
that's
Congress
what they're
works.
mad about. That's what they're mad about, because she explains how these people in Congress don't actually do their jobs. They just leave and like they don't know, but no one even votes. They do like just they
say
pass.
yay or nay, and they sound so similar. The words yay and nay sound so similar, so it's like I can't wait to do this joke. I'm gonna do it. It's gonna be so good. Okay, everyone in favor? Yay! Everyone against? Yay! The is have it.
And then they bang it.
Nobody
bang the gavel
knows
and
who
it passes.
They vote with their voice, dude, in Congress. Maybe you already know that.
No. But it's not just that. It's like there's only 10 people there. She's like, there's only 10 people sitting there going like, okay, next, next. And they're just approving and sliding things through.
that they never even read.
Yep.
And they're making things into law, affecting people's lives, destroying their livelihoods, destroying their existence, giving us more bureaucracy with something that they don't even understand, that special interests literally write up for them, give it to them, and they just pass it on through and make it law. That's how a law is made. Special interest literally just create their own rules. That's the laws we're living under, especially with what GoFundMe just did right now. I think there's also a reason that they did this on a Friday evening, because obviously people are tuned out. People aren't paying attention. People are out trying to go out and have a drink and party and relax and forget about the work week. And I think they're trying to, make sure that this doesn't get a lot of attention. But freaking
I just want to just say this. If you're not following George Alexopoulos on Instagram, you need to follow gprime85 on Instagram, because he gets his art pulled off of Instagram every so often, and his jokes are just 10 out of 10. And I can't even show you some of them because they're edgy, they're really funny. It's really, really great. So
gprime85.
gprime85. We actually have his art with like Joe Biden using the force lightning and vaporizing a crowd of people. It's just really, really funny
I saw
stuff.
that picture of the trucker convoy that with the KKK helmet on or whatever. And I was like, oh, what is this trash propaganda? And then I looked down and I saw G Prime. I was like, yeah.
That's what I thought it was when you guys pulled it up.
He's got another one. I don't think I can.
Yeah.
I was thinking about showing it. I'm like, I can't.
That one's spicy.
Yeah.
It's
But
good.
I gotta say, his latest drawing, I think, may be his greatest work yet.
Yes.
And it's about the truckers. And I saw people tweeting it, not realizing he was making fun of the media. And I was laughing for like 20 minutes straight. That's how good it is. And it's so offensive that YouTube probably won't allow us to show it. You follow gprime85. Seriously, it's that good. Thanks for checking out this segment from the Timcast IRL podcast. If you want to watch live, you can check out this channel Monday through Friday at 8 p.m. Now, don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe to this channel, and if you want more unfiltered and uncensored content with all of these guests, go to timcast.com and become a member. All of these guests you know and love in exclusive segments on our website where we are unrestricted in what we talk about, so you'll definitely not want to miss it. Thanks for hanging out. We'll see you all next time.